get out of Psalm 2 and move on to Psalm 3, which deals with being safe in the Lord, as the psalmist cries out in a morning prayer, and really that's the theme of the whole psalm. You notice that in Psalm 3 it says that it's a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom, his son. Some of the psalms tell us the circumstances that the psalmist was going through when they were written. This was a difficult chapter in David's life. And it deals with two of the Psalms, so we want to talk about it just for a moment. Absalom was his son, and Absalom was the worst kind of son. He rebelled against David for no good reason, no godly reason. It was his own selfish deal that he did. God ends up putting the rebellion down, but David goes, just in one day, he wakes up, and it's a day like any other day. He's the king of Israel. And the people are blessed because of his reign. Everything's going well. I mean, he's a tremendous king. And then his son leads this rebellion against him over there in Hebron, and they blow the trumpets, and the word comes back to David and says, Absalom has led a revolt against you. It's serious. It's big. We better get out of here. And David takes and he gathers his men together, and he gathers his wives together, and then those loyal men that had been with him from the beginning, they fled out of Jerusalem over the brook Kidron, and over towards the eastern side there, out of Jerusalem, running for his life from his son. You can imagine, what he felt like in the middle of that. And he tells us a little about it. He said, Lord, how they have increased who trouble me. Many are they who rise up against me. Many are those who say of me, there's no help for him in God. And so imagine how everything changed. You wake up and, and here in one day you find out that your child that pretended all of his life to love you, it now wants to kill you. And then sometimes even harder than that, the very people that you risked your life for all of those years in becoming king, now they've turned against you. That's a blow. That's a heavy blow that David is going through right now emotionally. But notice what saves him in all of this from just going down into an emotional pit. He said, but you, O Lord, are a shield for me. You're my protection, my glory. You're my encouragement, the one who lifts up my head. You're the one that can restore me to my position. And I cried to the Lord with my voice, and He heard me from His holy hill. And so this is what he understood about God in the midst of this, tremendous betrayal against Him. And he said, I lay down and slept and awoke. Why? For the Lord was sustained me. He figured he was going to be killed in the night, that they'd send out an immediate, party to go and kill him in his weakness. But he was able to lie down in his exhaustion as the people, they couldn't go any further, lie down, sleep, and then he wasn't killed in the night. He woke up, for the Lord sustained me. Sometimes you think, what's the big deal about waking up? When you're in that kind of a trial, waking up is a thrill. And so he said, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. In other words, Absalom has the multitude, but I have the Lord. He said, arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. You've broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing